This is Morten from English TV. We are here at the show floor of the upcoming D-Scoop just in one day, I think, actually. So yesterday there was a press event, and it was a great pleasure for the first time to meet Noam, the relatively new general manager for Indigo, right?
2 years in this industry is new, right?
2 years, so I was not up to date 100%.
I'm 3
right?
years, but
Okay.
2 years in this role.
Okay.
Yes.
Noam, do you like people?
This is the best thing ever that we have in the world, right? People is what makes us live.
The reason I'm asking so directly is because we have only met each other a couple of times, but when I see you on the show floor, I mean, you talk to people, you also took the let's say, easy answers from the press yesterday. It seems that you thrive in both with your knowledge about your company. It seems that you have a passionate relationship to it. So I was just thinking, right?
You know, everyone talks to me about printing. For me, it's not printing, it's communicating, right? Printing is all about communicating with people, and that's how we deliver the message. So the way I look into it, labels, packaging, commercial, it's all about communication, all about people, and people is what I love in this world.
Being a general manager...
People and football.
People and football, okay. Being a general manager for HP Indigo, do you sit in an office day long and only look at Excel sheets?
You can barely find me near my desk. I always meeting people, or going into the labs, or going into the manufacturing and the factories. This is what I love to do. And yes, sometimes I have to go and answer some of the emails, but the majority of my time is out there with people, talking, seeing, feeling.
As far as I remember, you yesterday said to me and my colleagues that you have a totally different background, and you didn't come from the printing industry, right?
Yes.
So what did you do?
Coming after 20 years in the healthcare industry and 6 years in the army, so totally different industries, but I fell in love in printing. And it took me a while to convince to go into this, but when I went and entered the R&D labs, I saw the technology and I was amazed.
Because the reason I'm asking is just because, I mean, that when you're not in the office answering emails and not doing Excel sheets, I have also been in your headquarters in Israel and been in some of your labs. And I can imagine how wonderful it must be that when you come as a GM and you can basically listen to the customer, you can also influence processes. And that must be one of the most satisfying jobs to have, basically, right?
It is. It is the most satisfying jobs in the world, and I'm so blessed to be in this position, being able to listen and being able to affect also some of the future, which I'm so excited about. I think that the future of printing, and as I said, it's not about printing, it's about communicate, and it's amazing. And we are only at the beginning of the future revolutions that we're expecting to see.
And also yesterday, both you and Haim and more of your colleagues spoke about the 20 years going forward, right? It's kind of interesting because, I mean, if you look at the industry, digital print is still relatively new. But I'm writing every day, I'm writing a small Drupal piece, and this week is specifically about HP. And when you go back to 1930s, where 39, where Indigo, not Indigo, but HP was founded, and how it has developed. I mean, can you continue having that innovation and that growth to market? Because I mean, you have, as a company, you have put enormous footstep in this industry, right?
I think it's just the beginning. We are just starting. I think that the LEPX technology opens the gate for enormous opportunities ahead of us. And you can see by yourself, I mean, 30 years after, 40 years after, still the majority of the print is analog. Could you imagine? Do you see any other industry right now which is still analog? Everyone goes digital. Also printing will go digital. The trends are taking us to the right direction, but also the technology and the LEPX, which basically eliminating the trade-off that we have between speed and quality. We are not going to compromise on the print quality, ever. But the speed right now takes us into a different level, and the productivity based on this, changing the game for our customers and will change the mindset. In labels, you saw my vision, and what we are envisioned for the future is that the labels market will be the first one to go fully digital in the coming 20 years, hopefully much before. And when it happens, it will happen in a heartbeat, same like in the other industry, and the other sections or sectors in printing will follow. And it's not just me saying it. You see our customers, you see the beta site for the V12, they are already implementing this vision and moving more and more flexo jobs into the V12.
And one of the things that must be kind of satisfying for you is also to think about that the starting point of industry today is totally different than just think about 100 years ago when we were like founding our current level of industry, right? That was like, wood blocks, analogs, slow, one color, and now we do like fantastic 7-color jobs on a digital press that just outputs stunning work. I mean, the starting point and where it can go in the future, as you say, that is almost endless, right? But one of the things that you and your colleagues spoke about yesterday was, of course, that it is a changing market. Some will go entirely digital, some will still be on paper or some kind of substrate. One thing I missed a little bit about your presentation yesterday was that, because you spoke about lower cost and more efficiency like that, but I think that the higher value of personalization, the higher value proposition that you can offer your customers is an equally important part of the value proposition of going digital, right?
I said it time and again, we are not going to compromise on quality. To the contrary, quality, I think, is if you print it, it needs to have a value. If not, don't print it.
Yeah.
So when we are launching the V12 with the HD heads on it, printing heads on it, I mean, we get the highest quality possible and with the fastest speed. That's where we want to take it. We're not compromising on quality at all. To the contrary, we're taking it to another level. However, we are providing tools and means also for our customers to align or to use less of the capabilities that we have in order to meet the customer's requirement. So basically, it's a combination between the customer needs, and we are giving them exactly the right balance between the quality and the TCO in that aspect. So it's all about the value of the printing that we are providing. And the way I see it, as I said before, it's about communication, right? And we want to make sure that our communication to the end users and to our customers is about the value that we are creating and the message that we are giving.
You have mentioned communication many times during our interview here,
yes.
And I really like it because basically that shows the power of, let's say, people going together and working together for the greater good. You mentioned that you've been a soldier or in the army yourself. The situation in Israel is also a little bit difficult. How does that influence? I mean, because the livelihood for Israelis must be under quite a stress, right?
Situation is difficult indeed. However, I can tell you that those are the times where you see the resilience of
standing
our
together,
teams,
right? Yeah.
and the standing up. Yeah. We opened our factories on the day after October 7, and we haven't stopped since then. We haven't stopped at all, and we are not going to stop now. So I saw the resilience of the teams. I saw the engagement, and I'm honored to be part of such a team, and I'm blessed to have such a team, and I'm very optimistic about the future, both for the country but also for the business, and I can assure you that the business was up and running from day one till today, and I hope and I'm making sure that our customers are with us and doesn't see any impact on this. This is very important, but also the engagement of the teams made me feel very proud of whatever we have done.
And Chika and I, we are going to Israel in just 1.5 weeks. Looking forward to see you and your colleagues again. So
same here. Thank you so much.
It's fun
for you. And remember, we are leveraging our technology to tell your story, to tell our customer's story.
To communicate.
To communicate. Thank you.
Thank you.